Hello everyone, my name is Aka and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking about fibroids again. I consider myself a fibroid awareness advocate. If you've been watching my videos, you know that I've had fibroids. I had them in pregnancy and it was very dramatic because I experienced red degeneration, which was really painful. But in this video, I'm just going to be telling you the 7 things that I wish I had known about fibroids before I actually found out that I had them. Here we go. Number 1, I wish I had known that fibroids don't always have symptoms. So my mom had fibroids, and her experience of fibroids was that every night she would be in excruciating pain from her abdomen. Should be on I remember her laying on the floor in a little ball, just curled up and in absolute pain. Other symptoms of fibroids are excessive bleeding. So when you get your period, it's just really excessive. But that is not the case. Not everyone experiences fibroids in that way. I myself had no such symptoms of fibroids. I had a flat tummy. My periods were very short. In fact, my period probably took like 3 to 4 days, and just normal, regular, nothing excessive. I didn't have any abdominal pain at any point, and so it was surprising to find out that I actually had fibroids. So number 1, not everyone experiences symptoms of fibroids. Number 2, fibroids come in different sizes and shapes. I used to think that fibroids are just this huge, large mass that grew in your uterus. But that's not the case, actually. Yes, sometimes fibroids can be just one large mass. Like in my case, my fibroid was one large mass with 2 little small ones attached to it. While for some people, it's several small masses. So it's not just one size fits all. We can have the large fibroid and then we can have the smaller masses dotted around your uterus. Number 3, I wish I had known that more people had fibroids than I could ever imagine. So when I found out, it was very isolating. I felt so alone. I looked online and there were very few first-hand accounts of fibroids at that time. This was back in 2015. I think there were only like maybe 5, maybe even less than 5 YouTube videos on fibroids. So this is first-hand information, people who have gone through it. There were very few. So that felt very isolating. That's actually one of the reasons I started this YouTube channel, was to provide some content for someone who might be going through what I went through, a reference point, or at least some first-hand information of what it's like to have fibroids, what to expect. And so I wish I knew that so many women actually have fibroids. It is estimated that about 80% of women who at one point or another in their lives, or at least their childbearing years, experience fibroids. So that's a huge thing. So many people are walking around with fibroids, and generally fibroids don't really cause much of a problem. And if they don't cause a problem, there's no need to do anything about them. You can just leave them be. But if they do cause you problems, then you have to do your research, talk to your doctor, and find out what courses of treatment there is to deal with that. Number 4, I wish I had known that hysterectomy is not the only way of getting rid of fibroids. When I found out that I had fibroids, I was very sad and almost a little bit depressed, because I thought the only way that we could get rid of them was to have a hysterectomy. But thankfully now, things have changed, lots of technology. Fibroids can also be dealt with using medication, using birth control, as well as by having surgery, which only removes the fibroids. And this surgery is called a myomectomy, which is what I had, and I went on to successfully get pregnant and carry a child to term, and she's now 3 years old. So there's hope. Another thing I wish I knew is that experts don't really know what causes fibroids. There have been some theories that have been put out there, which are things like overconsumption of dairy products, red meat, perhaps exposure to certain chemicals. but no one knows for sure. I wish I knew. No one knew that. I was there feeling so guilty about it, thinking that I did something that caused my body to start creating these fibroids, or maybe I was exposed to certain cleaning chemicals. Those were just things that were going on in my mind, but no one knows. Experts don't know. Number 6 is the guilt. I wish someone had told me that having fibroids does come with a certain level of guilt. At least that was in my case, that's how I felt. When I found out that I was pregnant, I was so excited. But then I found out that I had fibroids. I began to feel so guilty that my son would have to incubate along with this thing that was stealing his space and generally disturbing him. So I felt so guilty that my son had to experience that. I also felt so bad for my then husband. I felt like he had got a defective wife and that something was wrong with me and that he deserved so much better. So I just had so much guilt. I just had so much guilt about this whole thing and thinking maybe there's something I could have done to prevent it. But really there's nothing that we can do because we don't know what causes it. So number 7. I wish I had known some of the judgment that comes along with a diagnosis of fibroids. When I started talking more about fibroids on my Instagram and other platforms, so I talk so much about fibroids. I'm very big on fibroid awareness. People need to know. People need not feel alone. Lots of women started contacting me with their own experiences and their journeys having myomectomies, some of them hysterectomies to get rid of this thing. And one thing that was quite sad was the response that some of these women had gotten from their family or whomever they shared this fibroid diagnosis with. Some people told them that they needed deliverance, that this was some spiritual attack. Other people insinuated that fibroids were as a result of maybe infidelity or just dangerous sexual practices. Other people just judged them like it was some sort of punishment for the things that they had done. It's the most absurd thing that I've ever heard, but this is some women's experience. And if you're aware, at least you have this in your mind that some people will come at you with these ignorant assumptions and beliefs and opinions. It can help you mentally prepare for some of these very nasty comments that people make. These are the 7 things that I wish I had known about fibroids before finding out that I had them. I hope you've enjoyed this video. I hope it's been informative or educative. If it has been, please don't forget to leave a comment in the comment section below. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I appreciate all the support that you guys give me. Don't forget to like and also to share this video with whomever you think might benefit from watching it. On that note, I will have to love you and leave you. See you in my next video. Bye.